I built this town. Steps so light, I barely touch the ground. Everybody wants to know how. Brick by brick, I put them in the ground. Walk like I built, walk like I built this. I do it for my people, family business, and everybody wants to know how. Take a good look, you are now witness.
Wake up, it's a brand new day. I got a fresh breath and a full plate. Wake up, this is not a game. I'll take my fresh breath and go my own way. This is what I live for. This is what I live for. This is what I live for. This is what I live for.
Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back. Combat Insiders here with our face-to-face series. We got a special one today. We got Iron Man Travis Fulton, and we got Shannon the Cannon Ritch, the #1 and #2 for most fights in combat sports. Shannon the Cannon, Travis Fulton. These guys got a huge fight coming up April 4th, M1 Global. It's going to be on UFC Fight Pass. And so that's what we're getting these two guys here, and we're going to talk about some stuff. Nick, I'm going to give it away to you.
Yeah, so I guess the first question, I'll start with you, Shannon. You guys know each other. You've been on fight cards together. Obviously, you have the two most fights. What do you think was the barrier why this fight hasn't happened until now?
Well, for a long time, I wasn't fighting in Travis's weight class. I was a little guy, and I'm getting old and getting fat. So now I'm a heavyweight. So now we're in the same weight class.
What do you think, Travis? Same kind of assessment? It was just the different weight class?
Yeah, that's what I said earlier. I said Shannon decided to get fat and be heavyweight.
Why now? Why now does this fight happen?
Well, for me, guys, I've been that guy that never will fight anyone, anywhere, anytime. This fight came up with M1 Global. There was a guy named Sean Wheelock. He reached out to me and said, Shannon, I've got a super fight for you. I know you'll fight anybody. How would you like to fight the guy with the most fights in the world, being that you're '2? How would you like to fight the guy that's #1? And I said, Travis Fulton. And he goes, absolutely, Travis Fulton. I said, man, the Iron Man, I would love to fight this guy. It'd be an honor. I mean, who has more experience than Travis Fulton? And, his record speaks for himself. I've known Travis since he was a kid. Man, this is, he's one hell of a fighter. I think we'll put on one hell of a show for the fans. So, for me, yeah, man, I jumped at it. I took the fight for sure.
Travis, I guess same to you. What does this fight mean to you?
I mean, it'll be fun. It's a big event, a couple guys, and we're older guys, and it's kind of, we're lower level guys, but it's like a Chuck Tito type thing, they're relevant. They're the UFC champs from the old days, and we're the two guys that have had a ton of fights. So, it really never came up, which is odd. I don't think anybody's ever asked me why I never fought Shannon before, but I just never really thought about it. But it's like, well, yeah, it does make sense, doesn't it? So it'll be fun.
Does this fight kind of have any extra weight to it because you guys are #1 and #2 for most fights? I don't know. Maybe to me, and I know I speak for Nick as well. It feels special, right? Because you guys are just your resumes are so seasoned, and does this feel any weight extra to you guys because of that?
I don't think there's any extra weight. I mean, it's a fight. That's what we do. We've been doing it for 26, 27 years. This is what we do. But I think Travis is right. I think it's like a Tito Chuck Liddell fight. You got two guys that are older that have been around the game since it started, and it's just about time that we get some experience in the cage. It's gonna be fun.
One of the things I noticed, especially with you guys, is you obviously know each other, and you're friends before the fact. You'll probably be friends after the fact. Is it hard to separate once the cage door locks, to kind of separate that friendship and get to business for the fight, or
no?
What he was asking was, is it hard to separate you guys because you know each other, and does it make it any more difficult to fight each other and to kind of go back, I guess, business as usual was kind of his question.
I mean, it's yeah. I mean, me and Shannon were old guys. I mean, this is the thing I don't like about this the new UFC is I mean, I get what they're doing, but they're you got Dana White out there, and like let's go pump this fight, and have the guys like getting each other's face during the weigh-ins and stuff. It's so stupid. I mean, I get it. It gets the crowds into it and stuff, but back in the old days, there weren't a lot of fighters. I mean, I knew everybody. We all knew each other. I mean, Shannon was from, I don't know if you're from Arizona then. I thought you lived in California.
Arizona.
But I mean, I fought with Shannon in Hawaii. We fought in Wisconsin. I mean, we're fighting all over these places together. And so, I mean, I see all the same guys wherever I went. So, I mean, Jeremy Horn, I fought Jeremy Horn a few times, and I fought Dan Severn a few times. And I traveled all over the world with both those guys. So, I mean, it's... there's honor amongst the old guys. That's why, like even Tito and Chuck, if we're going to go back to that, I don't know why they pumped it up like that. Tito and Chuck used to be best friends. They probably still are. They might have just did that for the show. I don't know. I mean, it's, I know you want to sell the fight and stuff, but,
honestly, guys, I think the record and, what Travis has done, look who he's fought, all the fights he's had, all the fights that I've had. I mean, literally, we fought all over the world. There's no one, and I can say this, truthfully, there's no one in MMA that has more experience than Travis Fulton and I. And, we don't have to hate each other to go in there and put on a good fight. We just go out there and fight, shake hands before the fight, beat the shit out of each other, and shake hands after the fight. I mean, that's just how it is. I got no ill will feelings toward Travis. He's a good guy. I respect him. But, when the cage closes, I mean, we're gonna fight. I mean, that's what it is.
Well, it's sport. I don't have to hate you to punch you in the face.
Exactly.
Well, it's just amazing, honestly. And we were trying to you get people on for the dual things, and you try to pregame. There's no way to pregame for you guys. There's no stumping questions. We're not going to ask you anything you haven't seen.
Yeah.
You guys are that elite crowd. When you guys both first started, how many people are left that that you could get to fight? I mean, you guys might be the last two that are active.
Yeah, I think Travis Fulton is literally the most active guy that's still doing it besides myself. When I first started, Jeremy Horn comes to mind. Jeremy was there fighting.
Well, it's Severn. Severn was really busy back in those days.
Severn's retired.
I don't think Horn fights anymore. There might be a couple. I actually looked this up recently, like Yuki Kondo.
But those guys are all done now.
There's a couple of Japanese guys, I think, but as far as I know, there aren't many. I mean, even we go back to Chuck and Tito. We both fought before Chuck and Tito started.
Oh, way before them. Yeah, I was fighting in '91. When was your first fight, Travis?
'96.
Yeah, '96. So I was fighting in '91 before there was even MMA. It was NHB, no holds barred, bare knuckle, no rules, no weight classes. They'd have the chicken fights, the dog fights, and the people would fight. Remember, I fought on a card where Travis was there in Hayward, Wisconsin for Monty Cox. I was 32-2 when there was a guy by the name of Matt Hughes who was 1-0, and another guy by the name of Dennis Hallman who was also 1-0. I mean, this takes it back to when it started, man. So, is what it is.
Wow.
It's just so wild. It's so wild having both of you on in the same place. It's going to be even crazier when we're in the same building.
So
that's what we're looking forward to.
Speaking of that, something's got to happen. Obviously, you guys are you guys know each other really well, but somebody's got to get the W, and I'm curious as to how it gets done. How do you see this? I guess this goes out to both of you, but Shannon, I'll go with you first. How do you see this happening?
I'm just gonna give Travis everything I have. I mean, he's seen me fight a million times. I've seen him fight a million times. There's nothing new. There's nothing that's going to be a surprise. We're going to punch, kick, wrestle. It is what it is. I mean, whoever I think lands the hardest shot and can catch a guy slipping, I think that's going to be the guy that wins.
Well, same thing. I never have a game plan. I mean, guys change up their games, and if I never heard of the guy, I won't even watch a video on him. I mean, like, fuck it. I don't want to fuck nothing up. I mean, I should have. I fought a guy named John Marsh, and they were telling me he was a stand-up fighter. And I kept beating him up stand-up, but then I'd try and take him to the ground, and he ended up catching me a heel hook. And that's probably one of the only times that I went in there with a game plan, which was not to stand up, and I screwed myself on it. But I don't have a game plan. I mean, I've done it all and seen it all. So if we stand up, we stand. If we go to the ground, we go to the ground. You know, seen everything. So
here's what we know, that you guys are literally making history. And I don't, it'll be hard pressed for anybody in modern MMA to even get close to where you are fight-wise now. Because now they have automatic suspensions and all these things. Like, you can't fight and then fight again next week. So you guys are really, this is it. Like, this is almost 700 fights between the two of you, almost 650. And this will never happen again. Not in my lifetime that I could think of anyway. So it's absolutely an honor and a privilege. I can speak for Josh.
There's really 3 guys in the world with 100 wins: Travis Fulton, myself, and Dan Severn. And I already fought Dan twice, and now I get the opportunity to fight Travis. So, you know, this fight's it is a history-making fight, but it's an honor, man. It really is. It's an honor to get in there and fight a guy like Travis Fulton.
Well, like we said, guys, you can check it out on UFC Fight Pass. It's going to be April 4th. It's going to be on Thursday. M1 Global. Check it out. Please do not miss it. Like I said before, number 1 and number 2 most fights in the world. Iron Man Travis Fulton, Shannon the Cannon Ritch. Don't miss it. Don't blink. That's all I got to say. And we appreciate your time so much, fellas. We thank you so much. It was an absolute pleasure to talk to you. And that's all we got. For Nick Portello, for Josh Furs, we're Combat Insiders. And we're out.
Walk like I built this town. Steps so light, I barely touch the ground.